congregation is requested to stand as the national anthem will be played. May I now request the Vice Chancellor, Colonel Dr. Abdul Salam, to deliver the presidential address.
His Excellency, the Honorable Pro-Chancellor of the University of Calicut, Shri Abdul, most esteemed member of the Legislative Assembly, Shri K.N. Khader, respected Pro-Vice Chancellor of University of Calicut, Professor Ravindranath, honorable members of the Senate, respected Registrar, Deans of Faculties, Controller of Examinations and Joint Controllers of Examinations, staff, faculty members, distinguished invitees, parents, graduates, students, and members from the press and media. Today, the 31st December 2012, indeed a very blessed day, a cheerful day, and a memorable day for all of us. After a long gap of several years, the University of Calicut resumes its annual convocation ceremony today. On this happy occasion, I would like to mention that I have signed more than 91,000 certificates since I assumed office as Vice Chancellor of University of Calicut on 12th August 2011. But I feel more proud and happy when you receive your precious certificates today from the Honorable Pro-Chancellor of our university. Many universities in India and abroad give out their degrees in convocations to encourage the students and to make them feel proud of their university. University of Calicut is now trying its best to deliver services to the students in shortest possible time by introducing e-governance, by introducing e-examination, by introducing online verification of certificates, online payment of fees, and many other ways of e-services to reach out the students in the fastest way possible. Let us work together to transform our university to one of global standards. On this occasion, I have immense pleasure in extending a very warm welcome to this august gathering. First of all, let me wholeheartedly welcome the Honorable Pro-Chancellor of the University of Calicut, Shri Abdul. He is a man of deep wisdom and vast experience in the area of education and social service. He has served earlier as a member of syndicate of our university and now serving exceedingly well as the Minister of Education in our state. He has proved himself as an able administrator, educationist, as a loyal and committed social worker, initiating revolutionary changes in the area of education. His affection and admiration towards our university is very well known to each and every one of us. Sir, we wholeheartedly welcome you to this beautiful function and we are looking forward to receiving your support and guidance to achieve laurels to our prestigious university. I am extremely happy to welcome the esteemed member of Legislative Assembly, Shri K.N.A. Khader, who is evincing keen interest in the development of our university. Let me also welcome our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Ravindranath, and Registrar Dr. P.P. Muhammad, Controller of Examinations Shri V. Rajagopalan, and the Joint Controllers of Examinations to this function. I am also immensely happy to welcome the honorable members of the Senate, respected deans, members of faculties, staff members, distinguished invitees, parents, students, members of the press and media, and each and every one of you. Now, let me warmly greet and welcome all the graduates and postgraduates and scholars who are receiving their degrees today. My dear graduates, the convocation marks the fruition of your hard work and your transition from students to professionals and from scholars to scientists. Education is a stepping stone towards character building and social development. I hope that all of you will work diligently in future and contribute meaningfully towards nation building. I urge each one of you graduating today to dedicate yourself to the service of mankind. I thank each and every one, particularly the planning and development branch of the department of the university engineer and his team, the state officer and his team, the syndicate members all, and many others whom I am not naming. They have cooperated to make this convocation a grand success. Let me wish all the graduate students and awardees the very best in their life and their future endeavors. Let me also wish each and every one of you a very happy and wonderful new year. May I now request the Honorable Pro-Chancellor to declare the convocation open. Thank you. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. May we all have the honor to invite the Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Abdul, Honorable Minister of Education, Government of Kerala, to deliver the convocation address.
Respected Vice Chancellor, respected Pro Vice Chancellor, respected Registrar, respected Controller of Examinations, my dear syndicate members, Senate members, deans, heads of departments, faculty members, staff, non-teaching staff, parents, degree awardees, media personals, and my dear friends. I am very happy to be here with you on the occasion of this convocation of Calicut University. This institute is a tribute to the vision of late C.H. Mohammad Koya, the then Education Minister, who envisioned the necessity of an institution like this to lead the socially and economically backward Malabar region to the apex of development through education. I congratulate all the degree awardees on this occasion. To many of you who are earning your degrees today, it is the end of a long wait. Any convocation, no doubt, marks the end of a journey, but it is also the beginning of a new journey, a journey full of promises and hope. Somebody once said, the man who graduates today and stops learning tomorrow is uneducated the day after. My wish for you on this happy occasion is that you do not stop learning. As we celebrate this occasion in this university, it will be appropriate for us to reflect on the state of higher education today in general. There are several questions that immediately come to my mind. Is higher education in the state as respected as it was in the good old past? Has there been a decline in the quality of higher education in our universities and colleges? Why is the state which is the best in school education in the country not the best in the country when it comes to higher education? These questions have engaged the minds of many educationists. I believe that there are, in fact, three major challenges for the state in higher education. The first challenge is that we definitely need much more investment in higher education. There is a serious investment deficit in higher education. The Knowledge Commission and several other commissions in the past have recommended that 1.5% of the GDP should be set apart for higher education. In the view of competing priorities of governments, I do not know when our country can move to this goal. But no doubt this will have to be bridged if Kerala has to regain its position on the pedestal of higher education. After this government came to power, we have been able to increase the budget allocations for higher education by nearly 28%. This year, after a gap of nearly 10 years, government have sanctioned more than 50 new courses in our government colleges. But public government financing alone cannot sustain higher education. We will have to get the private sector to be equally involved. In fact, today, out of our nearly 1,200 affiliated institutions in our state, only 25% are government-owned or aided. This means that already 75% of our affiliated institutions are in the private sector. We need to harness the resources of the private sector also in higher education. At the same time, government should regulate the standards of quality and not allow any laxity in this. The second challenge is on bridging the quality gap. Quality is a concept, it's a philosophy. It's something that requires commitment and time to implement. We have to realize that carrying out improvements in quality is not going to be easy. There are unlimited demands and limited resources in the field of higher education. But at the same time, we have to realize that Kerala is losing the quality edge in higher education that it once had. Just to cite some data, I have received in two indicative aspects. In terms of the number of research publications, data shows that all the 5 major general universities of the state together account for only about as many as the number of research papers from a single university in Tamil Nadu, the University of Madras. Even in the aspect of contributing to the civil service in India, I find that the position of universities in our state is not encouraging. The universities in Kerala together produced about 2 to 2.5% of the successful candidates in the civil service examinations of 2009 and 2010. Compare this to the universities from Tamil Nadu, which account for 10 to 11% of the successful civil service candidates. Clearly, we need to seriously think about quality issues. Meeting this challenge of bridging quality is not an easy task. It requires concerted, joint effort between universities, our colleges, and government to support these efforts.